My name is Maria Ferrantini, and I'm here representing the Aeronet Transcan. I'm the project manager in this project, which is coordinated by the Italian Ministry of Health. So maybe I can start by briefly explaining what the Aeronet is. First of all, the acronym Aeronet stands for European Research Area Network and is a funding scheme applied by the European Commission for funding the coordination of partners, which in an Aeronet are typically ministries or other public or private funding organizations or agencies, funding research. So the Aeronet Transcan is an Aeronet on translational cancer research. It was started in January 2011. And it's composed by a consortium of 25 funding organizations distributed over 19 European member states and associated countries. So it's quite a large consortium, probably one of the biggest in the Aeronet world. So which are the objectives of this project? The main objective is to find ways for a coordinated funding of cancer research, and especially translational cancer research in Europe. How are we going to do this? I mean, there are a number of activities in the project aiming at, first of all, having a complete picture of what is the research portfolios of the funding organization involved in the project. And the other main, in this way we can identify strengths and weaknesses and also opportunities for future coordinated funding actions. And the other important activities is the launching of joint transnational calls, meaning that the funding organization in the consortium agree on certain topics. They decide a priority for their scientific communities, also based on the scientific advice received from the Scientific Community of Excellence in Europe. We have a scientific advisory board, of course, for providing us with their advice. So based on this, we decide to fund joint multinational and transnational calls in the field of translational cancer research, of course. And by the way, in mid-December 2011, we launched the first call of Transcan, which is focused on the topic validation of biomarkers for personalized cancer medicine, which in this two-day oncology forum we certainly had the proof that it's a quite hot topic for the oncology field. So the preliminary results are as follows, considering that these calls are structured based on a two-stage submission and evaluation procedure. So in February, which was the deadline for the submission of the pre-proposal, we received 117 pre-proposal, which is quite a high number. And out of these 117, 100 were considered eligible and then went on to the evaluation, the first stage evaluation. And just about less than 1 month ago, we had a first evaluation meeting in which the 34 successful pre-proposal were admitted to the second stage evaluation. What is, I think, quite relevant to mention is that among the Transcan consortium, 15 funding organizations committed budget in this call. And we raised an indicative committed budget of 14.3 million euros, which for an Aeronet is quite on the high side. But what is interesting is that in the 100 pre-proposals that were considered eligible, the involvement of research groups among the various countries was of about 500 research groups involved. And the request for budget was around 1 million euros, which means an over-subscription rate of sevenfold, basically. and which is clearly indicating that there is a lot of demand for funding in this area. And for us, it means that you know, the call was quite successful, I would say. Yeah. In the end, we will fund between 10 and 15 proposals. Roughly between 1 and 1.4 million, I would say. It will depend. I mean, there is a flexibility there because it depends on the mechanisms of funding, which is quite complicated. 3 years. 3 years. Yeah. Yes, each consortia, by definition, must comprise, I mean, the specific rules where the consortia must be international, and they must comprise at least 3 research groups from 3 different countries committing in the call. There is of course the possibility of having research groups from countries outside the Transcan Consortium committing in the call, if these research groups can secure their own funding, so they do not request budget, but since often there are, you know, these research groups, these consortia form based on previous long-standing collaborations. So you may have partners in, I don't know, countries which are not committing in the call, but which are interested in participating anyway because they are used to collaborate together. So this is also a way, so in a sense, to enlarge the geographic distribution of the projects funded. The projects will start at the beginning of 2013 because the evaluation procedure and the funding decision will be taken in October this year. But then, due to the national administrative rules, there is a lag of some months before the project can really start after receiving the funding concretely. Yes, we have a website, and actually there is a flyer distributed at this forum, and the website is www.transcanfp7.eu. And at present we have started the preparation of the second joint call, which will be launched in November this year. The topic is likely will be focused on prevention this time.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.